Forza 6 has just dropped, and you know what that means. We gotta build 2 gaming PCs head to head.
Welcome to the Budget Build Challenge Micro Center Edition, where we're building 2 budget PCs and a racing simulator to play the latest Forza Horizon 6 that just dropped today. You guys are watching this at the day the game came out, but we're actually filming this a few weeks before, so we can come to our local Micro Center to build 2 awesome budget PCs and a full racing sim to experience Forza Horizon 6 in all its glory. Let's talk about some of the cool deals Micro Center is running for the month of May and all the stuff you can cash in on. May is Apple Savings Month at Micro Center. You can cash in on some great deals. If you've been looking on getting a new MacBook, more specifically a MacBook Air with the latest M5 chip, you could save big money by picking one up today at your local Micro Center. This specific model, the 13-inch with the M5 chip, 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig SSD, is only $934.99. You can also stay up to date on all things Micro Center news by checking the links in the description down below, and stay tuned for the Austin store opening and the Columbus store getting a full remodel, and sign up to get a free 128 gig flash drive when both of those stores open. So shout out again to Micro Center for sponsoring this Forza 6 build challenge and making it possible. Let's get back to the store and get to shopping. So thanks again to Micro Center. We're gonna start spinning our wheel and determine what our budgets are gonna be, what kind of FPS target we have to hit, also what quality settings, and we added a little bit of a twist here on top of our normal caveats, where Jackson and I each will either get AMD for our CPU or Intel for our CPU. But because the game is not out yet, the only thing Jackson and I have to go off of when planning our builds is the minimum and recommended spec requirements that Forza Horizon 6 put out, which I do have right here, and we're gonna go over them real quick. So for minimum spec, which normally with minimum is like 1080p 30, so yeah, very bare bones here. They're talking CPU-wise an i5-8400 or a Ryzen 5 1600, and the GPU department a 1650 or a 6500 XT.
Oh, you know what's cool is they actually tell you what they're targeting.
Oh yes, so that one's low
FPS, low 1080.
Okay.
And then so we'll go from recommended and then extreme. We're not even gonna get extreme, I don't think, but recommended 12400F or 5600X, 3060 Ti, 6700 XT, or A580. Thanks for having Intel on there.
Wow, there you go.
And that's to get 1440p at 60 FPS at high settings.
It is important to mention with this racing sim, we have a good budget. So we're actually gonna do a really solid racing sim. And because of that, I imagine we will get a 1440p monitor, some bigger monitor of some size. So with the budgets being a little bit higher for our PCs, obviously we're gonna be aiming at gaming at 1440p with whatever presets we have, because, well, if we're gonna get a racing sim, we might as well make it the most immersive we can. And 16 gigs of RAM across the board, except when you get into the extreme ray tracing category or extreme, it recommends 24 gigs, and all storage needs to be SSDs, which I kind of expect. So now we know the minimum specs, let's get to spinning. All right, who's going first? This is all the determining factor. Who's gonna go first?
Let's do Jackson this time.
Jackson.
So do you want me to spin for AMD or Intel first?
Yeah, let's do that first. That would probably be the best thing to do.
Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. Again, with Micro Center, there's a bunch of combo deals you can get, but really your basis is gonna be a combo, either an Intel CPU or an AMD CPU. So Jackson's gonna get out of the way to determine which one he's gonna get.
I don't really have a preference, honestly. I like Intel and AMD right now, so I'll take either one.
And you're gonna end up
I got
an AMD boy.
AMD,
he's got
okay.
AMD, okay. All right, let's see how much money you got to spend.
How much money I got to spend by spinning.
And we're not doing, again, super ultra budget. We're talking $700 up to $900 is what we're looking at. Is Jackson gonna get the lowest budget? He got $700.
I got the lowest budget. But I do have AMD, which can kind of be an advantage.
There are some AM4 combos here, for sure. All right, what kind of preset?
That. Remember that $700.
Watch this be like
it's
high
probably
settings.
Gonna be high
it's
settings.
going to be high settings. Oh no. Oh no.
I think I got medium.
Medium, okay.
Okay.
Medium, doable.
Yeah, doable.
But what kind of FPS though is the question.
Yeah, this will make it not
60
doable.
to 100. Racing games are known for being pretty well optimized, but we don't really know yet what Forza 6 is going to be like. 90.
Dang.
90 FPS average. I don't know. I think it's doable. Maybe.
All right, so, oh, and the caveat.
Yeah.
There's still a whole nother one. This is the most wheels we've had in a while.
Yeah, give him some money.
Give me some extra money or something. Oh, don't do AMD GPU. I mean, honestly, that wouldn't be bad.
Hey, you got an extra 25 bucks.
So I have AMD, so that means Matt has Intel automatically. I got $700 to spend. I have to play the game at medium settings. I need to get 90 FPS average, which is not easy. And I have plus 25, so I have $725 to spend on AMD. Doable, but this is gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. All right, I'm gonna go through and shuffle. We already know I'm gonna have to go Intel, so inevitably I'm going Intel. Let's shuffle the prices real quick and see what my budget is going to be.
Hopefully their Intel combos just suck right now.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see.
Oh, you're getting a little more. You're getting more to work with.
775.
We're
I got
both
50
at the
more
low
bucks.
end.
You're getting the budget builds, guys. You want to see the budget ones? We got the budget ones. So $775. What preset am I gonna have to run?
See, I'm really glad we did the Intel and AMD thing, because we would have built the same PC.
We would have built very similar. I also got medium settings. Okay,
interesting.
This will be interesting.
They're gonna get to see the Intel AMD, like which one's better for Forza.
Medium settings. All right, my FPS target though.
Yeah, just give him 100. Give him 100.
Give this guy 100. Give me 100 FPS.
Uh-oh. Buddy, you may have gotten it.
Oh,
you have gotten
100
it.
FPS.
You have gotten it,
Oh, that's gonna be rough. So so this is my hope. What would be better? Getting some upscaling or 25 more dollars?
Negative 25 more. That'd be better for me.
I feel like upscaling will help me the most. Let's see, because I'm gonna need all the upscaling.
Oh, you get upscaling.
I get upscaling.
Nice.
So I get DLSS or FSR, which is gonna help out a lot. I get 1440p 100 FPS on medium settings.
I bet that those recommended everything, I bet that's with upscaling.
It probably is.
This could be even tougher for me now that I'm really putting that in the picture.
All right, so $775, I have to use an Intel CPU combo, running medium settings here at 100 FPS with DLSS or FSR, whatever GPU I decide to go with. So let's get to shopping. How do we normally determine who goes first on shopping?
We normally just whatever. Rock, paper, scissors.
That's right. Oh!
I lost quick.
I hope there's some open box deals. All right, we got our trusty Microsoft employee here with us today. We got Bryce, so he's gonna be helping me out the build. He doesn't know what I have to do yet, so I'm going to tell him.
I'm a little afraid.
$775 is what I got to build a PC. We're playing the new Forza 6 coming out, Forza Horizon 6.
Okay.
I have to get 100 FPS on average on medium settings.
1080p?
1440p, but I get upscaling. I get upscaling.
Okay.
I get upscaling. But the one caveat that's a little difficult is I have to use an Intel combo.
Wow, we could do some lossless scaling 20x frame gen. That works.
We'll make it work. You see, that's all about budget volume. But the first thing I got to figure out is what Intel combo I can go with. Like what budget one for like the CPU, motherboard, RAM.
I think our cheapest one's like 500.
Oh.
Yeah, we do have cheap AMD ones, but my cheapest one for Intel is 520.
Oh.
And with the price of DDR5 right now, we might have some older stuff if you're at all.
I can check it. Let's just look at the older. I guess if we can't go combo, let's just see what you have Intel CPU wise.
No, the cheapest thing I have is a 14700K. That's last gen.
All right, we might
current
need
gen 250KF plus, which is a good processor.
Yes.
But you need DDR5.
I don't know if that's even possible.
Not through Intel. You could do it on AMD.
You got like the B570 or B580 in stock?
I think we're out of B580. Okay, no, I do have B580s for 300. That's probably going to be our best bet.
That would probably be the best bet. Okay, so we're going to have to change that caveat to GPUs, which Jackson's just going to get hit with that last minute. He won't even know what's happening. But because of that, we're going to have to switch to GPUs. So yes, I will look at whatever combos you have on the AMD side of things now.
Okay. So what I'm probably going to end up recommending then is just doing the 5500, because that's going to be the cheapest thing I have when it comes to CPU board and RAM.
Yeah, no, that's a good deal.
For $200, I mean, yeah, it gets you into a platform.
Yes.
And with how the market is right now, I mean, the RAM, I think, cost about as much as everything else does if you were to buy it alone.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, so 5500 motherboard and 16 gigs of RAM for $199. I mean, that's really going to be the good basis for this system. I mean, if you're going to come here, that's the kind of deal I'd go with if you're building a budget PC. Anything in this price range, $700 or less, that's going to be what you're going to want to go with.
I don't even have B570. It's going to have to be a B580.
We'll have to make the B580 work. We're going to have to make it work.
It's either that or, hey, you could get like a B60, 24 gigs of VRAM, but
oh,
if it works, only $700.
Yeah, I just get the graphics card. I just come home and be like, Jackson, I can use your computer and I'll put the graphics card in. That's what we'll end up doing.
Okay, we're going to have to make some sacrifices.
I agree. There's going to be a lot of sacrifices.
So it just needs to run Forza. That's it.
Yes.
512 gigs of storage sounds great.
512 would probably be the best way to do it.
Like the Flux M is probably my personal favorite micro.
That's one that's really nice. We built in the Flux M, the Intech Flux M.
You get the 3 fans on the bottom, 2 on the front, 1 on the rear, and it's $70.
Okay.
I do have cheaper. I think our cheapest micro ATX case we have right now is the X5M.
If we can get the combo down, GPU down, storage, then I'll kind of look around at case options, show people different case options. So we just kind of see how much money I have left would probably be the best thing.
It was $775?
$775. This is pre-tax, by the way.
Okay.
You see how look at the price breakdown on this, by the way, when you get the combo. that's just crazy. That's just crazy to look at.
Then I mean, really, are you buying Windows?
No.
Okay.
What if you use Linux?
Linux?
True.
You can do Linux.
I mean, yeah, really, all that leaves is power supply, and Yeah, you're well within that bar. We could probably go up on some things.
All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and just get the combo and the GPU.
Okay, I'll grab it all out real quick.
Yeah, let's go do that. I wonder if Jackson is going to be ready for the fact that he has to get an AMD GPU. Look at all those 5500s.
Oh, don't worry, I keep them in stock for you guys.
I feel like our last like 3 budget build guides have been like this. 5500, 6-core, 12 thread.
Well, and honestly, it's kind of surprising the amount of people that come in here and don't know the bundles exist. And then I have to like explain to them like, hey, you could probably save like $200 or $300 just by like doing the bundle, and you might not get necessarily the board that you want or the RAM that you want, but I think the savings kind of far outweigh that.
So in our Twitch stream, twitch.tv/ToastyBros mentioned how there was an open box Astral here.
Clearance is by default a 10% markdown, so on something like an Astral you save like $400.
3060 Ti, it's 207. Can't work for me, I gotta go Intel. Because we always go to the new openings of stores, so we always like to come back to this one, because obviously when the stores open more, there's more open box return stuff.
Here's your B580.
The ASRock Challenger B580. Love that.
We don't have the Intel ones.
The Intel one's hard to find. I know on launch they're pretty easy to get, but then this aftermarket 2 fan, the ASRock Challenger, it's gonna be pretty good.
Power supply, storage, and your case.
Yes. What kind of power supply options you got?
Honestly, our favorites right now have been the Montex. Now, you have the extra money to spend. If you want to spend it, that's up to you.
Me personally, I will go budget on the power supply as long as it's not super crazy. What's this open box Montech one?
That's like, I don't know what it is or is not missing. Well, actually, it's not
fully,
modular.
It's not modular. It's 4396. 550 watt. That should be plenty. That'll do the job. Yeah. And
yep.
Yeah. No, that'll do the job for sure. Yeah, let's do that. The Beta 2 Montech, 550 watt, and it's open box. I'll take it.
We recently started carrying Montech power supplies. We were a little lenient about them at first, but they seem to honestly kind of be our best value ones. I was pretty fond of the RBs, only because they're not modular at all, but they do come with the extra place for you to hide your cables on the sides. I think that's kind of nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. There we go.
You're gonna grab your 512.
I love 512 gigs of storage. It is a ToastyBros build. No, it's gonna be, because Windows install will have a decent amount of life, but I think Forza is gonna be like 150 gigs or something like that.
You'll have enough for modern day games. You'll probably get 3 on there.
We'll get 3 on there. I'll take it. Just have a good internet connection.
As long as you're okay with deleting and re-downloading.
Yeah. All right, so the drive we went with was the TN320. So this is a Gen 3 drive. Very basic speeds, nothing too crazy. How much was this one?
Right now with current pricing, that one is $90.
$90 storage prices,
That's where we're at.
That's where we're at with storage prices. 512 gigabytes. Sounds good to me. So just go look at the cases, see what kind of options I have, because I guess if I have a little more money to spend, I could get a nicer case.
That is true.
Or a cooler, just to make it look nicer.
Or an actual cooler.
That'd be cool too. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So I know the one you were talking about was the Antec Flux In, which we've built in that one before. That one's a nice case.
I don't even know if I have those out here.
You don't think you have them out?
So I mean, you could either do a bigger case and have room to grow.
Yep.
Or you could do the Micro ATX, it would look better.
Yeah, I think the Micro ATX would look better. Just seeing if there's any options on display.
So honest, we don't really sell a ton of Micro ATX builds unless it's part of the bundles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I do like the A3.
The A3, that's not bad. Does that have no fans?
Yeah, no fans. No fans. And it's more expensive, so you have to buy fans on top of it.
I think the Flux M might be my best bet. I really like the Flux M.
There is the X5M as well through Montech, which is just a smaller version of the normal X5 they have.
I guess what that looks like. I don't
even know if we
built the X5M. Oh, you think so? You said unfortunately.
Yeah, they only have SATA-powered fans, so they don't.
Oh.
Yeah, they are an improvement from the normal, the older X3, which was Molex powered fans, which I did not like. Okay, I guess I don't have an X5 out here. We did at one point, but I guess we don't have them now.
All right, so these are the options I am looking at. Obviously, the Flux M is the one I've been leaning because it's $69. I mean, the 3 RGB fans is pretty solid. There's the X5M, which is also $69. We have really cheap options, but we don't need to. Obviously, we can get a cooler and everything when we go down that route. I guess the only one that consider would be the 205M. I feel like we do that a lot when we come to Micro Center, though. There it is, the Flux M. All right, so we pretty much finalized the build going with that 5500 combo, which is a really good deal, but just because my budget was so slight off, I had 2 other options I could have gone with for just an extra $25, but the challenge is the challenge. You could have gotten the 5800 XT combo for just $100 more, which would give you an awesome CPU, or the 7500 X3D with a Micro ATX motherboard and single channel 60 gigs DDR5. It's also the exact same price. I would go that route because if you just spend $25 more than we did here, you would get that and it would be an infinitely better long-term play. But it's a challenge. I got to stick to the budget. We got this all together, but I do have a little bit left to grab a cooler. That's one thing I still have. I just don't have enough to jump to the new combo because we're at 714 right now. I guess I'll just throw in a cooler and be a little bit under budget and try to get the best price performance.
If you want like the best performing air cooler we have for the price, it's actually not even the thermal rates.
Which one do you?
Well, if you're just looking in terms of like dual
grab the
towers, I think the NX 600s, these guys are 33 bucks right now. Also a Montec.
33 bucks?
Yeah, come with paste. It's a dual tower.
This is
dual
so
fan.
overkill for a 5500.
You have room to grow.
But I do, because like what else would I even do spending wise? Like there's not anything else I would spend my money on, right? No RGB
you
RAM.
couldn't even go up to 1 terabyte of storage because that's like another $90 jump.
Couldn't go to 1 terabyte of storage. It's just an awkward spot, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
You could go up on power supply. You
That's
could
true.
do like a 650.
You know what? I'll leave the budget one to Jackson. But yeah, we'll do an RGB tower core. I'm gonna do this
Okay.
thermal right one, be 28. Could do this, and then that would leave me a decent amount for a better power supply. So I'll go with that, and then find some 650 watt, I guess.
Yeah, we
650
could
watt
do,
power supply.
I mean,
the
the
newer one.
Lian Li and the Montec are the same price, and if they're the same price, I'm gonna say do the Lian Li because you get the extra grommeting to hide your cables.
Sure, let's do that. That sounds good. We're optimizing here.
This one's actually $4 cheaper.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful. All right. If we get a grand total, and then we'll be good to go.
Probably gonna be 760. No,
750. 750. 746, not too bad. And yeah, I think I pretty much went anywhere I could to get a little bit more of an upgrade. B580s were that, had to go Intel the GPU. RAM combo, couldn't really jump much up. I spent the money where I could. Let's see what Jackson does. Maybe you'll find that power supply. Jonah's gonna point him in the right direction for that one.
Look at it in the grumblers. All right, so while Matt was shopping, I was also shopping, got some food, got some drink, and I also bought a label maker. And now I'm ready to build a PC with an AMD GPU, apparently. Because that's what we're doing now.
If you are a whatever it takes kind of person, I think we can more or less get this
We
sorted
can whatever
out.
it takes.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what you got going here.
So with a budget of 725, I'm probably gonna say the 5500 bundle. The RAM's basically free, and like, that's expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a micro ATX board, which
Okay,
I'm sure you're fine with.
Yeah, no, that's we actually Matt and I are the weird guys. We prefer,
Yeah, I know. That's what he was saying
we
too.
prefer micro ATX because you spend the least amount of money and you really don't lose performance doing it.
So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna say we can shove a 9060 XT in here
Dude, there's no morals.
on our Gen 3 slot.
Matt and I have done this before.
So it's gonna be a white one, so it's not gonna match.
Sure, we can do Panda. Yeah.
Then
Okay,
I'm gonna
these
say-
SSDs are gonna kill us.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna do a 256.
Oh, just enough for Forza.
Yeah.
Isn't Forza like 100 and like? Cool. I'll have enough for
Think we can
Windows
fit
and
it on
Forza.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Why not?
And then we're gonna go with the best case.
Oh God, the Q300. We might look at the case, but let's just see what, because this is what, a $40 case.
Yep.
What about the H3 Flow in white?
Could do that. Yeah.
I'd almost do that.
Hey, HSO1 Pro for $53.
Why is it so cheap?
It is
Close
really
out.
cheap.
I don't think
Wow.
we're carrying them anymore, so
I
they-
just like my morals won't let me do a micro ATX, not on purpose at least. I know Jonah's gonna say, "Oh, I've seen it many times." Not on purpose.
But look at all the fans.
There's a lot of fans. I mean, it's a great deal if I had a full ATX board.
Okay,
you know?
okay. Do you want to do the H3?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay.
I know it'll only come with
The rear
one or
fan.
two fans, which is fine. I mean, I'm not picky. This is clearly an upgrade path build because we're only getting 256 gigs of storage, so
Very much so.
we're looking in the future with this build.
We have an extra $5 to spend.
And I know, so you said power supply, you said you have a thought? Is there like a little hidden gem? All right, I'm gonna follow Jonah,
Okay.
see what we got over here. Oh, is there like an open box? Give me like some hidden gem here. Oh, okay, 43.96. Is this valid?
Yeah,
Is
we
this
saved
legal?
$6. I mean, it's non-modular, so all the cables have to be there.
Yeah, but that's why we get the NZXT case instead of the Cooler Master case, so now we can hide all of them in the basement, you know?
Yep.
I mean, I'm liking this build. The only downside is the 256 gig, but I don't have morals, really, when it comes to this stuff, so I'm here to win, you know what I mean?
And I think with a 9060 XT, we can make that work, because your other option was a 7600.
The 966, yeah. Which, you know what sucks is Matt, for the challenge, he gets to use upscaling.
You can?
He does. I don't get to. So
Ooh.
that's where the 9060 would be great for the upscaling, which I don't even get to use. But yeah, I do like the idea of it. It sounds fun. Yeah, let's
Cool.
try this, see what happens. Let's fill the cart.
Start grabbing stuff. We'll start with, I guess, the CPU, the RAM, and the
We're
board.
going stock cooler.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any coolers we can afford for that cheap.
The Thermalright ones are usually on a crazy sale.
I love those.
I just don't know how deep of a sale they're on. Does it need to be white? Do we care if it matches?
If we only have one, so white would.
We have like $10, I think is what it was, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, literally like $10 and some change. Dang, there's no clearance fans, huh? No blowout. Oh, yeah, there is actually some clearance. Oh, wait, look, $5.96. What is
Yeah!
that? Is it a Uni fan?
Yeah.
Does it have the connector, I wonder?
I mean, you plug
And
it
it's
in.
reverse
If you
blade.
plug it in, it'll spin.
Yeah.
You just might not have much control over the lighting.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
We got a goofy
Oh, like
clearance.
it's in here. Yeah, we got the connect. This is what I was worried about. I was like, if it doesn't have this, we're just SOL, but we got it.
Well, it's the wireless. So you need the wireless dongle to actually talk to the fan for RGB.
That is how that works, isn't
but
it?
for these, you just need to plug it into the 4-pin for power. It'll spin. You
Right.
just won't have any control over the lights.
Why not?
But
We have
the
nothing
computer
else.
will technically have RGB.
Right. Oh, I like, oh yeah, it doesn't have the mirror, does it?
No.
Honestly, dude, I hate Lee's Unifan mirror. It's so ugly in my opinion. And now all these knockoff companies have came in and made even uglier versions of the mirror, the Infinity fans. Look, Jonah, I'm doing the challenge, okay? He never said I need a 512 or a terabyte.
Okay. Our 256s are in the back.
Oh gosh,
I'll have to
you
run
don't
back there.
even put them out here.
No.
Like, who's gonna buy these?
I've actually been selling a lot more 512s than 256s.
Oh, I bet with how it's going.
Well, luckily, I restocked these this morning, so
Perfect.
I have the 9060 XT out here. Some of the boxes are white, and for the white cards, and I get that. I don't like that on the Swifts, they say white edition and small text.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a little confusing.
And it slips.
Yeah. There's our RAM,
It's good stuff too.
case, and your storage, both of which are in the back.
Cool. We can just hang out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys
Hang out
want to hang
wherever.
out over
Yeah.
here, I'll run back and I'll grab it for you real quick. Your beautiful H3 Flow and your equally beautiful TN320 256.
It's perfect just the way it is.
As janked as the build is, I do love it a lot. I think it's quite silly, and I think you're gonna win. I think so. No, the CL120 is gonna carry. It's gonna keep the temps down.
This is probably gonna be what's gonna help me win. But
Yeah, it'll keep the GPU cool enough to boost a little higher.
look, all I know is if I win this challenge, I had less money than Matt, so hats off, you know. So $724.99 is the total, but that's not including the savings we have on this power supply, and it's also not including the addition of this fan. But we're definitely under budget. $5 to spare.
Get a drink?
Yeah, hey, that pays for the snacks.
All right, dude, I bought these with my own money, but maybe Jonah's snack could be paid for. So we're gonna reveal.
We're gonna do a reveal.
So Jackson just finished his build. I got my build here. I guess we're gonna come right on over here and let's go over what we got. What was your CPU?
Probably the same as you. Ryzen 5 5500. which I
Ryzen
actually-
5 5500.
I didn't understand at first what you meant about the whole thing, but then it was explained to me the cheapest Intel bundle was like
500.
six-
Yeah, so that was
5 or
not going to
6.
happen. Storage, what'd you do? How cheap did you go?
256 gigs.
He did it. How much cheaper is it? Because I have a 512 gig.
This is $70.
$70. You saved, I think mine was 89. So you may save like
20 bucks.
20 bucks. Okay, value, got you. All right, GPU.
Well, 9060 XT
Ooh.
in white.
I had to go Intel, so B580. Best option I could go with.
That's a good choice.
So B580 will get the job done. What do you got for power supply?
So I got this open box.
I wonder where that came from.
Did you open it?
He had it, but he had too much money. He had too much money, so he put it back for you.
And I
Oh,
was
so
like,
it wasn't already open.
no, it was open,
Oh.
but I had it as my power
I
supply.
thought maybe you Jay's 2 cents did.
I
or
wish I
Linus
did, but it was there, and I was like, well, I have more money to spend, so I just went ahead and got a newer power supply.
Oh, it's
so
nice,
650
that's
watt.
not straps on the side.
Yep, I paid $59 for mine. So
Yeah, I'm hoping with the original case that he had recommended me, that price would have been horrible, but with my current case, it's gonna be fine.
did you get a cooler or you go stock cooler?
I went stock cooler.
That's honestly where the only way I could get extra value was I had to go tower cooler. Oh, we got RG. Oh, is that a single one?
It's a single Unifan that I won't be able to control. It was like your situation. I didn't have enough for a cooler.
Yep,
I didn't have enough for any other upgrades.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I guess let's just throw this. But you see the price though? $596.
I mean, it's $5. I can't
Yeah.
complain. And then my case, I went with the Antec Flux M.
I got the NZXT H3 Flow in white.
Oh, nice. That was the other one we were looking at. But
Yeah.
went Flux M. I think this one was what, $69?
What's a good deal? Did
$69.
he try to get you to get the Q300L?
No, but when he, so basically when I was done, we were talking to him and he was just like, oh, this guy was willing to go really cheap. He would take all these sacrifices. Like, I'll give him a Q300L with the 256
Dude,
SSD.
that was like,
That's his line.
My
is
morals-
the Q300L.
I'll do the Q300L if it means like getting something way better, but I'm like, I
really wasn't a
I don't
big
think it's
jump.
going to get us anything better. That was my problem with it. I don't think. All I know is I hope Forza is with the size they say it'll be.
It's like 150 gigs or something? 140,
I should have
150
just- I
with
should have, like,
Windows?
enough
You
for
should
that
have
one
just
game.
enough. That's going to be very
I probably
awkward.
wouldn't have enough for 3D Mark.
But hey, we got our builds done. I guess we got to put these somewhere because we have a racing sim to put together.
I'm sure they'll want to keep them.
Yeah, we still got more to do. Racing sim time. And Jonah partially planned the racing sim out.
Budget's like up to around 2,000.
It's crazy. 2,000.
Hey, that's what I was told, okay? And
No, I know. I mean, it's, I'm
you know,
not.
you'd
It's
be
just
shocked.
weird.
This is the first time I've been below budget. Every time since, oh! He ran
He
into
ran
my
this shot
foot.
and slowed down.
I was turning down to talk to the camera. I'm supposed to be behind the camera, not in front of it. The goal would be
Took
an
out his
R5
Achilles.
bundle with a next level racing. I think it's the GT Elite frame,
Yeah.
and then a couple other accessories in the Moza platform to kind of get us exactly where we want to be.
So we don't know what's happening right now. Matt and I are building our 2 budget PCs are going head to head, and obviously we need a racing sim
I had
to
to.
play Forza. We're not just going to be playing on controllers. So Micro Center was cool enough to give us a $2,000 budget for a racing sim. I think the most Matt and I have ever spent on a racing sim is maybe $1,000. And that's been Logitech stuff. So Jonah, who is very resident, buying nice things, wanting nice things, he's actually researched and found some good stuff that's not just Logitech.
Yep, I've always wanted a direct drive system, or at least to try one out. I've tried them out here at Micro Center. They always have a nice multi-$1,000 sim setup at every one of their stores, but building one is something I've always wanted to do. So I've kind of taken the lead in planning it, so we're gonna grab those parts now. But I guess the first main component, the most important part, is gonna be your wheelbase and wheel. And Moza has a combo that as I would say would be good for beginners, and if you don't wanna do a full sim setup, like frame and everything like that, this would be a good first bundle item that you can buy to try it out and see if you'd like it. So, yep, so we got the Moza R5 bundle. It comes with your wheelbase, your steering wheel, and then it comes with your brake and gas pedal. We're probably, if it's in the budget, we're probably gonna try and add on the clutch pedal and a shifter for Mr. Manual over here.
You do stick instead of
Yep.
Paddle
sequential.
shifters.
Yep, so I
Good choice.
We're
think
gonna
it
try to
was,
No,
teach
the correct
Jonah how to
choice.
drive a manual.
hey, I got 7 years under my belt of manual driving, okay?
I drive a 6-speed manual.
Oh, sweet.
I learned. It took me 6 months to learn, but you know.
Hey,
A
now you
speed
know for
per
life.
month.
True.
And so is this one of the ones where does it have the monitor stand included, or do you have to get
No.
a separate?
No,
So that one has to get a monitor stand. Unfortunately, I don't think they have them in stock here, but
Oh.
they have, which are pretty expensive, but they actually attach to that upright chassis part that's made for this exact one, but it's like $300. So
Okay.
I do have a stand in mind as well. I was thinking the next level freestanding monitor stand for $159.
Okay.
Yep. So that one has wheels, and I think you can either lock it and you can kind of just cart it up to where you want it to be.
Yeah, set it behind the actual cockpit.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
And that supports, I think, TVs, small TVs, and it also does VESA mounting.
Yeah, base amount 75 by 75.
That's
yeah.
a pretty good little
ultra-wide.
Do
stand.
a 49 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
49-inch ultra wide. Hey, if you
Yeah.
got any open box deals,
That'd be a really open box.
I can always look.
We can always
Center
look.
is full of treasures.
And then I was thinking getting the performance kit for the brake pedal on the R5 pedal because it's not load cell. I know it sounds really. It sounds. Yes, it's affordable though. It's like 29 bucks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it basically adds like a little more pressure, so it makes it feel more realistic in a brake pedal. $17.96 open box.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I was
That's like
about
half
to
Well,
say.
that's so
price.
much cheaper.
I mean,
more than half off almost.
if she clutches, she clutches. Only other thing would
We
be
can spend
seat
it.
because the
the seat.
seat and yeah, so they don't
And the stick shift too.
seat shifter and
Monitor.
Yep.
Okay.
So the only seat that I could find that looked to be compatible was the ERS3 here.
I also have an open box of this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Well, we can take a look at that too.
$50 difference.
Take a look at that too.
and-
we might have ultra wide money.
We might have ultra wide money. Hey, 49-inch ultra wide money.
We
Okay.
take those.
I think it's the HGP shifter from Moza.
Yes, this guy.
That's the one.
It is a lot of shillings. It looks like
Yeah.
it could be a
Oh, it's
7.
seven.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
because the Corvettes, they had to be
Yeah.
different.
I noticed there was I think there was like a cheap Acer, like 34-inch ultra wide. There was also a affordable $500 49-inch ultra wide that was also on the table. But I was like, I
Do they have
wanna-
anything in between, like a 40 or
40? There
Did it
might.
just go straight from
I
35
didn't
to
look
$500.
too long because I figured we would be looking around the store here.
Right.
So.
We're gonna find out in just a second here.
It's gonna be less than you think.
Oh, I think it's way less right now.
I was gonna say.
And I think we could afford the $500 one, but I'm also like, just for
PCs
budget.
also, yeah.
For budget's sake, I'm like, if we can find an ultra wide that's a little more in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, that would be good. Also, if I end up buying this,
That's true. The more we
It's
spend,
gonna be
the more
harder.
Jonah spend.
it's also true.
Yeah, it'd be more
And
like-
it'll be taking more room in your office.
Well, pardon me. I also like did my in brain quote without the shifter and the clutch pedal because that was gonna be a later addition. If
He's
you ever
gonna
wanted
drive.
to.
You know what? He got rid of the manual, and now he doesn't.
I sold my
just can't.
cool car and now
But now you don't have to
Yeah.
buy another cool car if you get the manual. I think you have 2 shifters in the cart, by the way.
I
don't know if that's
two
on-
clutch pedals.
Do double clutching? But for real?
Double clutch.
But for real? All right, Jonah, go ahead and get your check ready, your checkbook.
Let me just pull out the wallet. Let me just.
We open it up. Let's look at the dust effect.
The test.
Oh, they're gonna see my
So
security card.
with the monitor, pre-tax, we're at $18.99 or $48
Hey.
with tax. And so I think the $50 difference on the seat is already going
That'll
to
get
take
us
care
down.
of that.
Right.
I think it's pretty good.
good.
Pretty good at post tax.
So do we need to get anything, or do we just hand you over a cart?
I was gonna say, you guys want to hang?
We can always go back to our. We have that table right over
yeah.
there. We can just go back over there. Just hang
Cool.
out.
I will get everything together for you.
Cool.
I'll find you guys.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Absolutely.
Real quick before we sign off, this is not the light version of the clutch pedal, but
you know what? Look at the price though. This is it.
yeah, no, it is, but they're the same price open box, so I think it should be fine. As long it's not going to match our gas and brake pedal, but I don't think it should be an issue. If anything, it should be a slight upgrade. So we did an inspection. I think it's missing one bolt, which we have thousands of them at the shop, so we shouldn't have any issue with finding a replacement.
We did it. All right.
Is
Off
everything?
we go. Little
Look
do
at
they
dude.
know.
This is the most carts we've ever had.
This is insane work.
Well, here, you just guide. I'll push. Okay.
It's great. Oh, don't worry, we run into Jonah. Oh, choo choo!
All right, guys, we are back, and Matt and I are actually live on Twitch right now. We're going to be building both of our PCs at the same time.
Figured it'd be the best way for us to get these builds put together, and then from there, once these are done, we'll go over the final build, what we think about our builds, and then get that racing sim put together. Well, little does Jonah know, he's gonna be building it all by himself. We're gonna make him do that.
This is gonna suck.
Guys, the setup is finally complete. I'm gonna go through the full racing sim configuration, what I have everything set up as, and my initial impressions on how everything feels. The main frame of this entire racing sim is the Next Level Racing GT Elite Lite. Now, if you are following this setup at home and you want a shifter, you should definitely look into the GT Elite non-light. The regular Elite actually has a shifter bracket that goes off to the side here, and you can put your shifter on. I don't have the ability to pick that up for the video right now, so we are gonna just have this kind of like rigged up over here on the actual wheelbase frame, so don't mind that. But if you are copying this and you want a shifter point, you can purchase the Next Level Racing Shifter Elite add-on, which will be on screen here. Or, like I said, just get the nicer cockpit for another $100. Speaking of that shifter though, it is the Moza Racing HGP shifter. It's a 7-speed shifter and it feels really, really good. So really happy with how this one feels. The seat is the ERS3 Next Level Racing leather seat. Feels nice and solid, really comfortable. It is reclinable, so you can kind of kick back if you really want to. Feels really good long-term while you're sitting, and you're gonna have no issues playing in a racing simulator long-term with this seat right here. And it's adjustable on the bottom with rails, and set up pretty easily onto the frame itself, which is also nice. Now for the main part of the racing sim, this is the Moza Racing R5 bundle, and that includes the wheelbase, the wheel, and your gas and brake pedal. And these are gonna be your most important feels in the actual racing sim itself. If you're just getting started, I think this is a fantastic direct drive wheelbase that has really nice force feedback, nothing too crazy for beginners. It's not gonna break your hands if you crash into a wall or anything like that, but it does have enough feedback to make it feel more realistic. And then with the combo here, it also comes with, like I said, the gas and brake pedal. We opted for the brake upgrade kit, which is about 20 or 30 bucks. Fantastic upgrade, and basically creates a more realistic feel for your brake pedal. Definitely a big must if you buy this bundle. We also added on the shifter. For the SRP shifter from Moza as well, matches into their ecosystem nicely, and it'll be used to actually shift our manual transmission car. For our monitor, we have an Acer Nitro 3440 by 1440 180 Hz monitor. That's a big mouthful. Took me a couple times to say that, but it's a nice size monitor. I think it's gonna fit really nicely with our nice entry-level setup right here. And what it's being mounted by is the Next Level Racing freestanding monitor arm, and that's this whole contraption right here. So that's pretty much everything that includes and makes up our racing sim. I think overall this feels really sturdy. Now Matt and Jackson's gonna build their PCs, and then we're gonna get to racing.
All right, guys, it took a while to get here, but we are actually on the racing sim playing Forza Horizon 6. Shame on you, Forza Horizon, for launching without native support for Moza gear. Like what is that? That's ridiculous. But we're able to map everything manually into Forza to get it all working, but we are on my PC currently. We're running the medium preset, currently running the 3440 by 1440, which is a very aggressive resolution, I will say. But with an ultra wide, it's what you want to do. And we are running some quality upscaling, but you know, I could run any sort of upscaling. I mean, so we'll see if that gets me there. I have a feeling I'm going to be a little bit short of my FPS goal, but we'll see. And then, yeah, medium settings right here. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only getting about 60 FPS right now.
Triple tap your left paddle shifter.
Ah, yes, there you go.
Now punch it.
Am I going the wrong side of the road, first of all? Jonah just left me here, by the way. Okay, we're just gonna play chicken. Okay. But it's running nice. It's definitely not the 100 FPS that I need to hit, but it's running pretty good right now. Ah!
It's crazy. It does look, for 60 FPS, it looks pretty smooth.
It does look pretty smooth. All right, now I'm in the right place. Landscaping, thank you. All right, get out of the way. Get out of the way, bud.
Get out of the way.
But it looks good. Game looks pretty solid. Medium settings, not too bad. 100 FPS, stretch goal for sure. But we're getting 60, 1% low of 45. We're just gonna see how fast we can get this thing going. Might as well.
Without dying.
And the force feedback's kind of cool. You can definitely feel the difference between something like this, ooh, and like an entry level like racing sim setup for sure. It does immerse you. Oh, I'm good.
That's a head-on.
I'm good.
You'd be launched out that windshield.
I'm good. I'm alive. I'm good. Okay, I'm actually into a spot where the FPS is getting better. I think I'm getting out of the city now. I'm getting into the 70s.
You're in the Japanese countryside.
Oh, redlining.
Yep, just hold it there.
Hold it right.
You want to do it until the engine starts smoking.
Okay. Good. But it's pretty cool. I mean, again, this isn't the kind of game that I would normally play. Get past this guy. But it is fun. Obviously, these racing games are way more fun if you have a wheel setup like this. It is an investment for sure. But when you get it set up, it's good. One thing I know we thought of last minute that we would have done differently is we would have gotten like some sort of like seat shaker, or what would they call, like a butt kicker?
Yeah, butt kicker.
Butt kicker installed. That would have made things even more immersive. You most certainly could have gotten a full set of speakers. Right now we're using our rigged up speakers, the headphones you guys see on the channel all the time.
Oh my god! How does it just now break the windshield?
How is it just now breaking the windshield? First of all, that's insane. But the monitor's nice. Ultra wide, looking pretty good. 49-inch obviously would give you much more of a like really immersive experience, but that's like higher budget than we wanted to spend. It's cool to see this PC for $700 is able to power this thing and getting 60 FPS on lower details. I mean, just for the fun of it, I'm just curious what low would look like. There's a real chance too, just based on every time we tested with the 5500, that I'm just gonna be bottlenecked by my CPU, because the B580 should be getting, I would say, a little bit better than this. Yeah, we're basically getting the same FPS. I'm not even on the, all right, go down, 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 down. There we go. Yeah, I was in the 80s now, it's a little better. And on a high refresh rate display, any little bit of extra frame rate will help you out a lot. But unfortunately, I did not meet my goal. But this is a really cool racing sim setup, and whether you're spending, well, obviously, reasonably, you spend a little more money on your PC if you're gonna build this at home. But Micro Center does have more budget options as well that would fit nice with the $700 PC range. We're just, well, we had the opportunity to make something really fancy. We just had to take advantage of it. So I'm gonna have Jackson test out his PC because unfortunately, I have failed. We have to get his set up and ready to go. Ah! Oh, goodness.
All right, so we got an update on my PC. It's working good, but Windows actually did not have enough space to finish uncompressing Forza. Apparently, you can install the game with, a 256 gig drive, but then with just Windows and Forza, it needs to actually like uncompress the files, in which it says you're out of space and you're out of luck. So you could say that I've sort of kind of failed, but we never really said that I couldn't use a different version of Windows.
Are you buying Windows?
No.
Okay.
We should use Linux.
Linux? True. You can do Linux.
But I'm gonna install Windows X-Lite, which is like a dumbed down version of Windows that doesn't have all the bloat on it. So it should take us from like 30 gigs of Windows space down to like 6 gigs. So I think that'll get us there. All right, guys, we got my PC pulled up, and I'm gonna show, okay, where'd my keyboard go, Matt?
I got it.
I need settings, stat.
You need settings, stat, I'm on it. I'm keyboard boy, I got this. We are currently on video, maybe, video.
Yes.
3440 by 1440, no upscaling. Medium, which if I go to, it's like lagging
I don't like how this menu
Medium
works.
settings.
Medium settings.
Oh, yours is crushing it right
We're
now.
looking pretty good here.
I think he's gonna hit his goal.
All right, so one thing we got to go ahead and go over, which I love. I can't see what gear I'm in because of the freaking shift knob. So firstly, the light version of this, the one that we bought, does not come with the spot to put the shifter. You have to buy that separately, which we didn't really know going into this. And also, Jonah, Micro Center didn't have it at the time, right?
Yeah, they only have the light version.
Yep, so they only had the light version that didn't even come with the pedestal for it. So we were like, oh, let's just mount it up here, then we can at least use it. And the other bad news is the clutch pedal that we bought, the normal, the SRP, is not compatible with the light setup, or at least from what we can tell. We really needed the light version. So we're a little sad about that car just appeared. That car just appeared.
Give me your insurance.
That man is not real. Yeah, it kind of sucks. We don't get to use the clutch. But yeah, so sadly, I just have a shifter that's just kind of in my way. I don't think, no, it doesn't do anything. Okay. So yeah, we're just using basically just brake, gas pedal, and the dual clutch, which works great, by the way. The feedback feels good. Monitor looks great. I am currently getting...
You're literally at your goal.
I'm basically at the goal. I may drop because you see I'm getting 80 now. But hey, it's running. It looks good. I will say it does seem like, unless Arc gets better with this game, the AMD card's kind of blowing out of the water right now.
It is, yes.
Especially the fact that we're not even using upscaling. That's pretty good. You really can't argue with those results. I think I'm going the same way Matt was going right now.
He is. On the wrong side of the road.
That's how we do it in Japan, baby. But hey, it's running great. This game is looking pretty good. Now, like we said, it does kind of suck a little bit that we weren't able to, fully utilize the full setup, but we'll probably get to in the future. That's the good news.
And one thing to note as well is with a game like Forza, it's not necessarily designed to run on like very advanced simulators. It's an arcade style game for the most part. A lot of people play on consoles, even just a controller or a basic wheel and pedal set. So going into it, we kind of know that this sim is going to be a little bit overkill for it and may not be fully compatible out the gate. Even if we had everything that was right, we may still run into some issues with it.
We may, but we drive on, Matt. We drive
on.
All right, it's time for a top speed
Even
run.
just having the force feedback and having this setup is definitely an upgrade over any budget one we've tested.
Yeah, no, it feels pretty good. And compared to like our Logitech unit up front, there's the top speed run, baby. This is it.
Oh!
Yeah, no, it feels pretty good. It definitely feels better than the Logitech one we have up front. So that definitely is the plus side with this. It has got a lot of feedback to it. And the best part is you can adjust that. So it's pretty cool. If you don't want a whole lot of force, maybe you have frail hands. Maybe you don't work with your hands for a living like us. I guess as of now, we're basically saying it seems like my PC.
Yeah, yours won, mine's failed.
The only thing I did have to do is I had to do the X-Lite thing I showed you guys, but technically that wasn't in the rules. It didn't even say we had to have Windows.
You could run any version of the OS that you wanted to. You could run Linux if you wanted to, realistically, but it looks like X-Lite actually allowed him to install this game fully, and he was able to get this budget baller working really well. That AMD GPU is doing a great job. AMD seems to be the victor in the AMD versus Intel challenge.
All right, now we're getting serious. All right, guys, well, that was a freaking adventure. We drove to Micro Center, we built a full racing sim. Matt and I actually put it together ourselves. It really wasn't that hard, in all honesty.
We put it together all by ourselves.
Yeah.
The guy behind the camera had no involvement whatsoever. Yeah, that's his absolute reaction to that. But we didn't stop there, guys. We did run 3D Mark Time Spy so you guys can get a sample point average, and the scores were... Jackson's total score was 13,788 with a CPU score of 7,716 and a GPU score of 16,012, which gives him a 5 sim per point score, compared to my PC that got a total score of 11,748, a GPU score of 13,216, and a CPU score of 7,210, which is still a 6 sim per point score. Clearly, AMD was much better in this challenge in terms of the GPU department for the budget. If I had to do my build all over again, I probably would have sacrificed like Jackson did with the storage just to make this challenge work, but I did end up spending a bit more on my storage, and overall, I still like my PC, but in terms of price performance, Jackson's is definitely the best.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you check out your local Micro Center, and also check out our other 2 YouTube channels, and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So at PCBros.tech, we actually do have some racing sim stuff. You want to check it out?
Jonah's probably gonna take this one. I don't know, he's looking at a bunch of different stuff to add to it, so who knows at this point. But most likely go to Jonah, but you can buy a PC for a racing sim yourself at PCBros.tech. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later, goodbye.